Hey everybody, Matt Green here, and welcome to episode number 5 of Smart Talk. And today we're going to be talking about how to quit feeling hungry after eating a meal, how to sequence the meal plans to your liking, and how much fruit you should be eating on a regular basis.
Dorothy asks, what's the reason for feeling hungry so soon after having a healthy meal?
Thanks for the question, Dorothy. And if you're feeling hungry after eating a meal, that simply means you're not eating enough food. So what you're going to want to do is increase your portion sizes and try to eat more food during each meal of the day. So that means for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack, you want to beef those up a little bit more, and that's going to help take away some of the hunger. And another reason that you could be hungry after eating meals is because if you're making any of the meals on your own and you kind of strayed away from the meal plans, then you may be missing out on important proteins, fats, and other things that you can add into your foods that can make you feel fuller for longer. So for example, if you're eating a salad and you miss out on the chicken or the protein, then you're going to be hungry pretty quickly if you're just eating lettuce. So lettuce is just a really low-calorie meal if that were something that you were just eating alone. So you need to add something like chicken, which would be a great protein. You could add turkey, which would also be great. Or you could add fats like an avocado, which would also be awesome as well, and that's going to help keep you fuller for longer. But if you're just following the meal plans and eating the foods that we recommend, then it sounds like it may be more towards the not eating enough part of the equation. So I would just focus on increasing your meals and eating more, because you really have to eat a lot of food to burn fat. So that's what I would really recommend to you. And as long as you're eating high quality foods, I wouldn't worry about how many calories you're eating or how much food you're eating, because the more you eat of healthy foods, then the more weight you're going to lose.
Jennifer asks, hi Matt, can you tell me about how much fruit should a prebiotic eat per day? There seem to be very mixed opinions about it.
Great question, Jennifer, and it can be tricky with pre-diabetics and diabetics because you really have to watch your sugar intake, and it's not always the same reaction when you're eating a food. Like, the same reaction doesn't happen to every single person. So you really have to eat a food, test your blood sugar, and see the type of effect that that specific food has on your body, because everybody's different. And the diabetics that we've worked with in the past, they've all reacted differently to, for example, something like oatmeal or different fruits. They just have different reactions to it. So it's definitely something that you have to try out and see what works best for you. But there's definitely, definitely there is something that you want to watch out for, fruit-wise, when you have pre-diabetes. So something like a banana has a high concentration of sugar in it, and the riper the banana, the more sugar it contains. So if you're going to have a banana, you want to make sure that it's not very ripe. It doesn't have all these spots all over it, because that means it has a lot of sugar in it, versus once they're just yellow and they're not really aged, then that's got the least amount of sugar in it. So if you're going to eat a banana, that's what I would recommend. But maybe you don't want to eat a banana at all because it really messes up your blood sugar levels. So that's just something that you have to try for yourself. But in most cases, bananas do affect diabetics and pre-diabetics. So you just have to be careful with that. And the greatest fruits that you can eat are blueberries. Those are the ones you want to stick to. Strawberries are also good. Raspberries. Pretty much all berries are the fruits that you want to stick to, because they're very low in sugar and they contain lots of antioxidants, which is very good for your body. And the frequency of fruit that we are usually recommending members is once every other day. So that is what I would recommend, for all members to follow. But then again, with diabetics and pre-diabetics, you really want to limit the sugar consumption, because that's going to throw your diabetes and pre-diabetes out of whack. So it's best to stick to lots of proteins and fats. Those are going to be the best types of foods to stick to that are going to keep your blood sugar levels balanced throughout the entire day. So just be careful with the fruits and just test to see what works best for you. But I would recommend every other day max, once every other day max. So that should set you in the right direction.
Renee asks, I'm a 42-year-old female with Hashimoto's disease, but healthy otherwise. I've noticed my hair is thinning in the front. Is there something nutritionally I can do? I've read about biotin. I'm not sure that's something that I should be taking at all or long term. Thank you.
Thanks for the question, Renee. And with hair loss, definitely a great diet can help you retain your hair and keep it for longer, because as we all know, eating more processed foods and sugary foods can age us faster and cause us to look older and older more rapidly. So eating great foods that are fresh and of high quality, such as vegetables and lean meats and proteins and healthy fats, are going to help slow down the aging process and help you maintain a younger look. Another thing that could be an effect with hair loss is the genetics, so you want to make sure and maybe double check with family members and see maybe if any other women in your family have had any hair loss in previous generations. That may help you out, and it could be a genetic thing. But if not, then the best thing that I would recommend is just eating a healthy diet based on the Slim Down Smart meal plans. And again, you want to make sure you're incorporating healthy fats, lots of lean proteins, and lots of vegetables so you can get tons of vitamins so your body has everything it needs to maintain itself and keep itself healthy.
Linda asks, can we change around the days when we eat an item?
Thanks for the question, Linda, and you can definitely switch things around on the meal plans. They've been designed to be flexible and to fit into your food preferences. So you want to just pick out all the foods that you like, and then you can eat those over the ones that you dislike, and that's totally fine. The meal plans are very flexible and they're designed to fit with your eating habits and routines. So pick the foods that you like. And something else that I would recommend that you should avoid is eating fruit too often. So let's say you like the smoothies a lot and you want to eat them or drink them every day. That's something I would advise you against, because that's the one thing on the meal plans that if you keep drinking over and over again, it's going to prevent your weight loss success. So I'd recommend having a smoothie once every other day max, because too much fruit can cause weight gain. So you just want to be careful and mindful of that. But other than that, everything can be swapped around to whatever you like. Everything else is very good to be eating high quality amounts of. So I don't see any issues with moving things around. So move things around as you'd like, and that should answer your question.
Salwa asks, my fingers and my feet get swollen in the hot weather. What to do about it?
Hey Salwa, thanks for submitting your question, and hopefully I'm saying that right, Salwa, I think it is. And to reduce inflammation in your body and swelling from the hot weather, you definitely want to make sure that you're staying hydrated and also staying in cool places like in the shade or in air-conditioned stores or in your home. That's going to help you reduce joint swelling and swelling in hot weather. So that's what I would really recommend to you. And you may want to pinpoint what may be causing the swelling, because if you're lacking in the amount of water that you're drinking, then you want to make sure that you increase your water intake, and you want to reduce also processed foods, because they can cause not only swollen hands but also joint pain as well. So that's also something to be watching out for. So yeah, the biggest things would be just making sure you're staying hydrated, staying in cool places when it's hot out, such as in an air-conditioned store if you're out and about, or inside at home in a cool place. And then also just making sure you're eating anti-inflammatory foods and avoiding processed foods that can cause inflammation. Today was a great episode, and as always, if you have questions, please click the orange button that's below this video and you can submit your question. I'd be happy to answer it for you in a future session. And question of the day: what is your favorite movie of all time? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll talk to you in episode 7 of Smart Talk.